Ladies and gentlemen, it hasn't been a good 10 days for Ilhan Omar, our friendly neighborhood Somali fraudster. She's getting humiliated, embarrassed on a national stage, and now her Democrat colleagues are stabbing her in the back. They're throwing her under the bus, not even sending her to the back of the bus like Rosa Parks. They're just stabbing her in the back, throwing her under the bus. Oh, man. It all started 10 days ago at the State of the Union when she tried to disrupt President Trump's speech, screaming, heckling. It didn't work. And then she became a national joke. She became the punchline. And now Senator John Kennedy is making jokes like this, and they're going viral.
Sean, in the words of Congresswoman Omar, I love you like a brother. And I want you to understand, I'm not trying to dodge your question. I just want to answer it in a little different way. I don't hate anyone, but I will shed no tears for the Ayatollah Khomeini. May he rest in pieces.
Wow, Ilhan Omar isn't happy about that. In fact, 2 days before the United States launched the attacks, she warned Iran in a move that I thought was treasonous. How has she not been charged? How do you warn a foreign country, an adversary, of an imminent attack, even if you disagree with the attack? She said it's sickening to know that the U.S. is again going to attack Iran during Ramadan. Oh man, they're doing their iftar meal. We can't attack them while they're weak. Come on. The U.S. apparently loves to strike Muslim countries during Ramadan. And she got community noted. And if anyone understands how community notes work on X, liberals and conservatives and independents have to agree on a note for it to be published. And this got millions of views, and she has been fact-checked. Well, Ilhan Omar said, you know what? Congress will stop Trump. So she started urging her Democrat colleagues to vote on the Ro Khanna Thomas Massie War Powers resolution to roll back President Trump's military action to stop Trump once and for all, for the people in Iran and the Somali people. She gave a wonderful speech in Congress. Oh, Ilhan, your hijab, just, straighten out. It's, just get it. No. Go again. You need to just make sure it's all good, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to support this resolution. Donald Trump is unilaterally dragging this nation into an illegal and unjustified war with Iran. As someone who survived the horrors of war, I know that bombs do not build peace or create stability. Military strikes will not make us safer. They will inflame tensions and push the region further into chaos. Every time we abandon diplomacy, we choose destruction. We know who will bear the costs of this decision: innocent civilians caught in the crossfire and young service members sent into harm's way. The American people are exhausted by endless wars built on false promises and paid for with American and foreign lives. Congress must reassert its constitutional authority. I urge my colleagues to vote yes to stop U.S. involvement in another illegal forever war. Thank you, and I yield back.
Okay, so after that convincing speech from Ilhan Omar, this is amazing. The vote to affirm Iran as the largest sponsor of terrorism was approved by 157 Democrats after that speech from Ilhan Omar. 53 Democrats, of course, voted against it, and Ilhan Omar was one of them. So 157 of her colleagues on the Democrat aisle decided to reject her claims and vote with the Republicans. What about the War Powers resolution? Because that's the bigger one. Well, it was defeated as well, with 4 Democrats joining the Republicans, 219 to 212. So the war continues. In the Senate, something similar happened. John Fetterman joined the Republicans, and look how he sounds on Fox News.
That you showed, especially the ship getting blown out of the water. Now, I remember the Iranian generals were saying that our ships were going to end at the bottom of the ocean, and that's theirs. Like, look at that again. It's on the screen right now. Boom. You know, like, I love it. You know, I mean, and so I don't know why we can't be on and just celebrate that.
Nancy Mace also nailed it in her response to Ilhan Omar.
And here's a woman in Congress you serve with, Ilhan Omar, responding to you on X saying, I hope you aren't drunk.
Well, I don't give a damn if it's Ramadan. I don't care if Muslims are fasting right now. This was the right time with the right intel, the right president to go in there and do this, and he'll have his chance to explain it, or his secretaries to Congress. And she was also responding because I was complaining about that. Where was she when Jews were slaughtered? Over 1,000 Jews were slaughtered in Israel by Hamas, by Palestinians on a Jewish holiday. I don't remember her complaining about that. And when she said that very defamatory statement about me in the middle of the night, by the way, what was she doing in the middle of the night? But I asked her what it was like to be married to your brother. I mean, like, she has no room to attack anyone on any issue, quite frankly. And I'm ready to denaturalize and deport her to Somalia.
So the War Powers Resolution has failed in the Senate and House. And the resolution to affirm Iran as a sponsor of terrorism has passed with striking amounts of Democrat support. I mean, 157 Democrats agreeing on something with Republicans is shocking. Genuinely, it's shocking. Now, on Ilhan Omar, I watched this and it makes a lot of sense about who she is. This journalist, Avery Day, did an expose on precisely who Ilhan Omar is. She's like a plant. Her entire persona, everything about her, her victim, you know, I survived the war, it's all fake.
And make regime change really does not help the people of countries like Venezuela, and it certainly does not help, and it's not in the interest of the United States.
Of course it's in the interest of the United States to have a regime change anywhere we have an adversary. Of course it is. The people of Venezuela love it. They're celebrating. The people of Iran are saying, thank you, America. You know, I thought all Iranians were saying, death to America. Now it's like they're loving it. They're loving what Trump has done.
For Ilhan Omar to make comments about a regime change is wild considering her family's history, and I figured not enough people know about her family's history, so let's recap. Her dad and her grandfather were both high-ranking military officials to the Bar regime, which killed over 200,000 people. They're most famous for the Isaac genocide, and they were like, it was the worst of the worst. Aerial bombings, executions, man-made famine. People massively suffered under this regime with the help of people like Ilhan Omar's family, who supported the regime and carried out this horror. Also, you want to know how Barr started out? As a socialist and then became a murderous dictator. I digress. They have family ties to this guy known as the Butcher of Hargeisa, and his whole shtick was kill all but the crows. So I don't know about you, but I've never been in public or at a public gathering with a butcher of people. So the suffering of the people of Somalia was so bad that there was a civil war and the regime was overthrown. Her family fled to first Kenya and then Minnesota, claiming they're like these asylum seekers, these poor people. No. They were fleeing to escape being held accountable for what they did. She was not oppressed. Her family, they were the oppressors. So for the Democratic Party to have her as a representative is insane to me. Like, that's who you want your party to represent. That's who you want to represent your party? Really? And the way that they've like rebranded her as, oh, this poor refugee. No, she wasn't a refugee of war. Her family created the war.
The more I learn about Ilhan Omar, the more she infuriates me, man. Oh, man. And she said it countless times. Her role in Congress is to serve Somalia, to extract benefits for the Somali people in Mogadishu or Mogadoushbag. So that's who she is. Ilhan Omar has been embarrassed yet again. I think it's amazing that Congress voted the way they did. The War Powers Resolution. Mr. President, you can't use force here. You have to roll it back. Okay, what? We're going to unbomb the Ayatollah? We've eliminated like 80 mullahs, 80 Ayatollahs, all the clerics. What, we're going to like bring them back? Resurrect them? You think this is Jesus 3 days after getting sent to the tomb? Come on. I do feel like Democrats are trying to distance themselves from Ilhan Omar because if voters associate your party with her, everyone gets this ick, like, ugh, with her, you know? You look at her, it's just like, ugh, what are you doing? Why? Why are you like this? Why do you say these things? Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. God bless and goodbye.